Hello?
No. Good evening, my man. I have to mute YouTube for a second. Now I have muted it. How are you doing?
I'm fine, my friend. Are you a Muslim?
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
You are a Muslim?
Alhamdulillah.
What does that mean?
If you ask me that I am a Muslim, I have to say
No,
Alhamdulillah.
you said to me, Alhamdulillah. What does that mean?
Yes, I have learned it by that way.
No, what Alhamdulillah mean?
Alhamdulillah. I don't know what that means, but I have learned it that I have to say that.
Hold on.
If someone
So you are saying to me, Alhamdulillah, but you do not know what the word means?
No.
What?
I have learned it.
You have learned it?
Are you there?
Yeah, no, I am not there.
I have
there.
learned. Yes, I know. You are there. I am here.
No,
I am here. You are there. I know.
No, I'm here and you are there.
You are there.
No.
You are there. And I am
Okay.
here.
So you do not know what Alhamdulillah mean, right?
I don't know what it means, but I have learned it from my teachers since I was a kid on that way.
So why,
you know?
so why you keep
I
saying
don't know what
thing, so you keep
if you ask me what means Subhanallah or something like that, or Al-Fatiha, I don't know the meaning too. But I know when I have to say it, when I have to pray it on a prayer, I have to recite Al-Fatiha, for example.
Okay, I will help you. Alhamdulillah mean praise be to Allah or thanks to Allah.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
But do you think that God, he will say that to himself?
For sure not.
For sure not, because you said to me you recite Al-Fatiha. So how you explain to me this is Al-Fatiha?
I recite Fatiha. If I do a prayer, I have to recite Al-Fatiha, for example.
My friend.
Or Ahad.
Okay, how Allah he say to Allah, Alhamdulillah. Here we go. This is Allah saying to Allah. You said to me. I asked you. Is Allah going to say Alhamdulillah thanks to Allah? You said no. Of course not.
Sure not.
Okay. So chapter 1, verse number 2. Read it. Chapter 1, verse number 2. Yeah, Allah he says Alhamdulillah. Allah he says to Allah. Allah saying to Allah Alhamdulillah. How you explain that to me? How that work with you?
I know we as Muslims, we say that the Quran is the speaking word by Allah. I know that.
I know. But how Allah? Focus with me. How Allah he say Alhamdulillah.
He say it. Let me explain it to you. He say it in the third person.
Yeah, why he says that?
Like I am talking. For example, I am talking with you, and I say to you, I am playing football right now.
But you just said I am. You did not say he is.
Third person.
Okay.
I'm talking in the third person.
But if you are the one who's talking, how you say the third person? You are the one who's talking, and how Allah he says thanks to Allah. What is the point? What is the point of Allah? What is the okay, my friend? What is the point? Let us say third person. I will go with you. Third person, fourth person, 10th person, no problem. But why Allah says all thanks to Allah?
Don't shout over me, please. Every time, same problem with you. Don't shout over me. Please.
I'm not shouting over you. You know, take it easy. Take it easy.
Let's stay at the topic.
So how Allah? Because I have to repeat my question 1,000 times. What is the point? I have to repeat my question because Muslims don't answer it. So why Allah saying to himself, I don't care if Allah speak in the third person or not. Why? What is the point for Allah to say thanks to Allah?
Yes, He says to us. He explained it to us how we have to recite it.
He didn't say. Okay, show me in the chapter, my friend. Show me in the chapter where He said to you. Okay, show me in the chapter where He says to you, pray like this, and then I will accept. Did He say to you, pray like that?
Don't. Huh? Especially that he's not saying that in the Quran, but in the Hadith or something like that, he's doing that.
Okay, show me
you can't say.
Okay, show me in the Hadith. Show me in the Hadith that Allah He said to you that when you pray like that.
There's any place where it stands. I'm sure because 1.5 billion Muslims doing that without.
You did not hear the news. 24% they left Islam yesterday. You didn't hear the news? All the youth, 24%. So they are not even 600 Muslims, 600 million Muslims. So listen. Okay, you call me. Forget about our topic. Forget. I want to ask you. You call me to do what exactly?
What do you know? What do you mean?
You call me to prove to me Islam from God? Is that what you call me?
No, I have called you because I have to ask you why you are so hateful because of Muslims.
Okay,
Why?
this is a very good question. First of all, I don't hate Muslims. Actually, if you watch my video, you see every time I go
Seems
live on
like
air,
you hate Muslims
I
because
say,
you are every
okay,
day
hold on,
online.
hold on. You can say whatever you want, but as long you are mentioning this,
Say whatever you want.
do your God Allah make the Christian
Freedom
loving
of
people,
speech. You
or
can say what you want.
I'm asking you, do Allah make the Christians loving or hateful people?
The Christians.
Yeah.
I think every people, every man of the world in the world can do whatever he wants.
No, I'm asking you a specific question. Did Allah make
Freedom
the
of choice.
Christians? Did Allah, listen carefully? Did Allah make the
Freedom of
Christians?
choice.
Listen carefully. Talk without listening. Did Allah make the Christians hateful people, or He make them loving people?
I don't think Christian people hateful
You don't. So
or
okay,
loving. There's
okay,
everybody's
okay,
freedom of choice, you know.
okay. Read the Quran. Read the Quran with me. Obviously, you do not know your religion. Chapter 5, verse 14. It's in the screen.
I know my religion very good.
You are what?
And now you go into. I know my religion really good, and now you are showing me a verse where it says the opposite. But there are that many verses. They say love your friends or love you the Christian or
Show me one.
your
Show me one.
religion,
Show me one.
me, my
How?
religion.
Show me one. Show me one. It says love the Christians.
Give me a second.
I will give you that. I will give you 10 million years.
No. I don't need that money. That many times.
You don't
Look,
need.
Surah 109.
Surah what? 109?
Yes.
Okay. What? Okay, 109. Let's go there. And
1 second. 1 second.
this is the one. Is the one make you love the Christians, or the one? This is bully. This is the bully chapter. Muhammad here is doing bully business. Read it.
Give me a second.
No, you chose one already. We can go. We give you a second for the second one. Read the first one. So here Muhammad is doing bully, and this is stupid of Muhammad to say, because let me ask you: did the people of Quraysh convert to Islam? They convert, right?
Surah 109, chapter 109, Surah 6. Your religion and me, my religion.
Okay, but this is wrong. Because look what
One
happened.
second, my girlfriend wants to hear a little bit.
Focus with me. Focus with me, Abdul. Focus with me. Don't go. Did the people of Quraysh convert to Islam or not?
That are the Jewish people, I think.
The people of Quraysh. He's speaking to the kuffar. People of Quraysh.
The people of Quraysh was the former Jews, I think.
They are Jews. Quraysh, they were Jews.
Was there the former Jews?
And you know Islam very well.
Was that not the former Jews?
Focus with me. Let us go with you. Let us go, guys. Quraysh, they used to be Jews. Okay, then I heard they are Hindus. But anyway, so how he said to them in that chapter, I will not worship what you worship, and you will never worship what I worship, and later they became Muslims.
Yes, that's true.
So what's true? This means Muhammad is a fraud. If Allah saying to him that you will never worship what they worship, and they will never worship what you worship, and then all of them they became Muslim, that means this is a false prophecy.
You know why?
Why?
Later they have seen this is the true religion of God, and then
no problem. Okay, guys. So later they saw that this is the true religion of God by Muhammad putting the sword in their neck. But it says here, nor you will worship what I worship, nor you will worship. So they will not worship what I am worshiping. Okay. So but they worship later. So Muhammad here, he made a false prophecies.
Yes, because later they have seen that Islam is the right one to follow, and then
how thick your brain is. Focus. If I am a prophet and I say that I will not worship what you worship, and you will not worship what I worship, that means you will never do so. And here later they worship and they accept. So this is false statement.
Yes, at the time he was taught, but later they have become Muslims, you know,
Okay,
because they have
listen.
seen what's the truth.
I didn't know what they eat, my friend. Listen carefully.
Look,
If I am a
for
prophet,
example, I can do
if I am
something
a prophet,
wrong
who
this
is the
time.
one?
Look,
Who is the one
we
who's
have
talking here? Who
now
is the
we are
one who?
phoning for 10 minutes, and you have talked 9 minutes.
No,
Let me say one.
listen. Who is the one who's
Yeah,
talking
okay.
here? Who is the one who's talking here? Allah, correct?
Yes.
Okay, do Allah knew the
No,
future?
it's Jibril given to Muhammad.
But no problem. But who is the one who's talking is Allah, right?
It's the word of God that said from Jibril to Muhammad, and Muhammad has prayed
Yeah.
to the.
So Jibril, the pizza boy, he brought the verses to Muhammad, but this is the one Allah take talking. So they will not worship what Muhammad worship, and later all of them became Muslims. So Muhammad is a false prophet.
Because of that matter.
Yes, he's a false prophet. If you make false prophecy, you're a false prophet. Very simple.
Yeah, but there are that many false verses in the Bible too. You cannot say that.
Okay, I
That's
will
one
go with
example.
you. Okay, hold on. If there's a false verses in the Bible, then how the stupid Quran says, I confirm the Bible?
Yes, he confirms because we love the Christians.
No, this is not a question. Don't change topic. You said there's false verses in the Quran, in the Bible, right?
Yes, in the
Okay.
Torah too.
So how there's false verses in the Bible and the
Because
Quran?
because
Listen
men have
carefully.
written
Listen
it.
carefully. Listen carefully. You don't listen. This is
I
the
have
problem.
listened.
No, you don't
Men have
listen.
written it down
No,
because
you don't listen.
that's the
No,
thing.
you are there. I'm here. Listen.
That's
So
the
here it
source
says,
of the
here
prophet.
it come.
You know.
Okay, okay. Chapter 2, verse number 89. It says that the Quran come and confirming what is in their position. So how you say the Bible have a lot of false verses and the Quran confirm it?
Yes.
Yes, but
I
yes.
don't see what's the problem.
So what the problem? The problem is you said to me that the Bible have a lot of false verses, and then we have
Yes.
verses in the Quran said the Bible Quran confirmed the false verses. So how Quran
Now you
confirm
are
the false
Zakir Naik
verses?
doing, huh?
Because who is the stupid here? I'm asking you. How you
You
say
are
the
the
Bible
stupid.
have
How you are talking?
you just said the Bible have false verses, and then we find that the Quran confirmed the false verses. So who is the
Yes.
stupid?
Yeah, reject the Quran. I have no problem. Reject it, but reject
Okay, so you reject
reject
the
the Bible too.
so you
Reject
reject
the
the
Bible too.
okay, so you reject the
No, I
Quran
don't.
now.
No, I
So
don't reject it. But you say that. Then you
no,
have to reject the Bible too.
no, hold on. It's you who claim that there's false verses, not me.
Yes,
Okay,
it can be
so
false verses.
okay, I want you to be
That,
a man and be consistent. So if the Bible have false verses and you believe in that, and then the stupid Quran says there's no false verses, so one of you is lying. Who? You or Allah? Which one?
that the man is lying. The man who has written it down
The
because
one who
Allah
wrote
has
those
not lied.
the one who wrote those verses in the Quran is lying?
Yes, Uthman is the liar. They have
Ah, Uthman.
not.
Is that Uthman ibn
Uthman has
Farouk or this?
yes, like the hadiths. There are many weird hadiths too.
This is
And I
Quran.
think the man
But this is
no, it's
Quran.
not. Like all hadith. The Quran is also hadith.
Ah, the Quran is a hadith. I agree with you. You're right in this one.
It's
So,
also hadith.
so how now? How we can trust the Quran to be the book of Allah? Like you wanted to show me a verse from the Quran to prove me wrong, and now you are saying to me that the book you choose to prove me wrong with is full of lies.
Yes.
Okay, how this can be a book of God to follow
because
then?
because easy to say because this is the word of God, and then men have corrupted it. They have take some verses and put therein to control the people around them, like the Bible too. The Bible have changed 500 times, like
500
The
times.
Quran have changed maybe 1,000 times. I don't know, but the Quran has changed too. The Torah have changed too. Because of the
Okay,
devil man who have changed it.
how you know that the Bible changed 500 times
I
if you do
know it.
not do you have the
I can
original?
say you.
Do you have the original to
Let me
compare?
explain.
Abdul.
I can explain it to you.
No, no, you
Every
cannot.
little kid in the age of 4 or 5 knows what is right and knows what is wrong.
What?
Every children knows what is bad and knows what is good, and that's
Okay.
how I go on it. As I see there is, for example, something bad in the Quran, in the Bible, or in the
Okay.
Torah,
Okay.
then
So
I
now let
reject
us
it.
me
Why
and
I
you.
reject? Let me
Okay,
let
me
me
and
finish.
you
Let me
now
finish.
we agree.
Let
So
me finish. Please let me finish, bro.
Abdul,
Please let
me
me
and
finish.
you we agree that
Please let me finish,
The
Abdul.
Quran
Yes, my name is
is a book of
Abdul. Let me
fabrication.
finish.
The Quran is a book of fabrication. We
The
agree.
man
Me
is
and you. Thank you.
fabricated. You don't
So
understand what I'm trying
I
to
want
say.
to
The
ask you
man is
then.
not
I want to ask
fabricated.
you. If there is
Ask me
one,
what you want,
if there is
but
one
don't
chapter in
take
the
foolish
Quran,
questions.
if there is one chapter in the Quran is not fabricated. As long as you agree the Quran is fabricated. If there is one chapter in the Quran
There
is not
are
fabricated.
many fabricated verses.
If there is
There are
one,
many fabricated verses in the
if
Quran.
there is one
You
chapter in
can't
the
finish
Quran is
because,
not fabricated.
look, Christian, look.
I'm
That's
not
the
looking.
problem is there are very. Your name is Christian, Princess. Say Christian. If you want, I can call you Sarah or what you want. But let me explain it to you.
Listen, this is not the topic now. My name, your name doesn't grab around. We are talking
Look,
about topic
there
now.
is,
So I'm asking
there
you.
is
If there's
the
one
Quran. I
chapter
said
in the Quran, is there is one
the
chapter in the
Abu.
Quran is not a fraud, because you said the
There
Quran is full
are
of a fraud.
many faults. Yes, but in the
Okay, name
Bible
for
too.
me. Okay, name for me one chapter in the Quran is the fraud with the proof.
For example, semen comes from the ribs, or the
What?
backbone of the ribs, or a woman has semen, stuff like that.
Those are what? Those are fabricated or they are real?
That's our. They are fabricated.
Okay, you are laughing at the Quran now. That's wonderful.
Be-
Okay, they are
Yes,
fabricated.
but
I'm asking you the opposite
I
now. I'm
don't.
asking you the opposite. So I
I
agree
laugh
with
at
you.
it.
Obviously, this is can't be from God. God saying
I
that
am
sperm coming
laughing
from
at
the
this.
women ribs and man have a sperm coming from the backbone. This is stupid. I agree with you. But the
This is
question
really
is,
stupid. This is
if there is
really
one
stupid.
chapter,
Question
it
is
is
the question.
if there is
What?
one
Look, look,
Abdul,
1 second. Take a breath.
if there is
Breath.
one chapter, I'm repeating
Take a
my
breath.
question for the 100th time, man. Come on. If there is one chapter in the Quran, is not fabricated.
Yeah, really complicated. Ask your question and then let me finish for one
If there
time
is
once.
one, if there is one, listen carefully. If there is one chapter in the Quran, is not fabricated. The mic is yours.
There are not. There are 10 or 100.
Give me one.
I have given to you one
Which one?
with the sperm from the backbone.
No, I'm not talking about the one fabricated. I'm the one is not fabricated. Not fabricated. Give me one chapter is not
Uh,
fabricated. You are not listening. Not fabricated. Not the
you're
fabricated
not
one.
listening. I have given to you one.
Which one?
Surah 109,
But this
chapter
one, but this one we
109.
prove it's
Verse,
fabrication because. But this is one proved to be fabrication because if Allah is the one who's
no,
talking, shouldn't He knew that those people
yeah,
will believe in Allah and they believe in His messenger later?
God is only saying your religion, and for me, my religion.
Okay, no
The other
problem.
verses, what have the man
Okay,
corrupted?
first
That
of all,
doesn't count.
this chapter is abrogated because Allah in the chapter of the sword He says, "Kill them
You
wherever you
cannot
find them."
abrogate verses. Quran. Who are you?
What?
Who are you? You cannot abrogate verses from the Quran. Who are you
Okay, have you ever
to
heard of the?
abrogate?
Have you ever heard? Okay, have you ever heard the Quran saying you cannot marry Christian women?
You cannot marry Christian. I can, for as a man, I can marry Christian woman.
You can.
I can, but a Muslim girl cannot marry a Christian man.
Okay, but the Quran does the Quran say is always the same or He abrogate the Quran?
I don't understand what you're trying to say now.
Okay, when did Muhammad did the Quran says don't marry Christian women?
I don't know.
I ask you, you
I
said
think
no, we can marry them.
I think you can. Yes,
No, it's not up to you to say I think. I'm asking you a serious question.
I think I can. Later, I can maybe convince my wife to change the religion too, and then I have to
This
do
is not a question.
something good.
This is not a question.
Your
Muslims,
question is,
Muslims,
do
you
the
are
Quran,
you are
especially
not
says,
listening. You are not listening. Listen carefully. Do the Quran allow you or forbid you from marrying from a Christian woman?
I don't know really.
But you
I
said to
don't know
me,
that.
you're allowed.
I think yes. I think, but I don't know because I think yes because I don't see anything wrong with that.
This is another question.
From
I
my
mean, okay.
understanding,
Do you have a
I don't
sheikh? Do you
know.
have a sheikh you can
Uh,
call him so he can join
I'm not a
us?
sheikh.
Huh?
I'm not a sheikh.
I know you are not a sheikh, but do you know
Yes,
somebody? Do you know somebody is a sheikh? He can join us in the
I
conversation.
know many sheikhs.
You know many sheikh? Why you don't call any one of them?
Yes, of course. I know many sheikhs. I have learned it from sheikhs. I have learned all the surahs, everything I need to pray or stuff like that.
But you are the one who said, okay, why you don't call them? Because you don't know your religion, obviously. I'm asking you. If there is a verse in the Quran says, don't marry.
I don't understand Arab language. That's the reason why I don't know.
Can you call? I don't understand language. I heard there is people in YouTube, they claim to be sheikh, like Uthman ibn Affan. Can you call him?
That's an idiot.
Do you have his Skype? He's an idiot?
No, I don't have his. Why I have to his Skype? I think he's an idiot. Like Mohammed Hijab is an idiot. Like Ali Dawah, there's idiot. This all idiots. They are not talking for me. They are not talking for me as a Muslim because they are all liars.
Why they are liars? What this Uthman he did to you? Why you are saying he's a liar?
Every Muslim who is in the public and doing dawah, every one of them lies.
Why?
Because they play in taqiyya games. I know that.
And how I know that you are playing taqiyya too?
Very well.
And why you are not playing taqiyya? Why you don't? You said they are playing taqiyya. Is taqiyya from the Quran?
Your voice is cutting. Your voice is cutting.
I'm asking you. Is the taqiyya? You are saying they are playing? No, my voice is fine.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so you are saying that those Muslims are playing taqiyya. So what's wrong with taqiyya?
Yes.
Isn't the Quran teach you taqiyya?
Yes, it teaches taqiyya, but I think men have written such stupid stuff. I don't think that comes from Allah. For sure, I'm not thinking that.
So you are saying now the teaching of taqiyya is from the devil, and those Muslims they are following the Quran.
Devil man.
Okay, from the so those Sheikh Uthman and Mimi and Sisi and Dudu, they are following the Quran, and by that they are deceived by Shaitan because they follow the Quran.
Yes, they are deceived.
Okay, so when you so what I learn from you now, what you are saying to me, when we Muslims follow the Quran, we learn how to lie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So so now why you want to follow the Quran if the Quran is teaching you how to lie? What kind of religion is?
For example, in the Quran are that's only example. Okay, there are, for example, 10 chapters, and 8 of them was from Allah, and 2 of them was from a devil man who have put it in to deceive people to control them.
Yeah,
and you, as a Muslim, have to follow the right way from that 10. You have to see that. You have to acknowledge that these 2 verses are not from God. I know Muslims are saying for 1,500 years that the Quran has never changed or stuff like that, but that's not true. That's not true. The Quran is not 100 years old. I know that.
The Quran is not what? The Quran how many years old?
1924, I think. The Egypt version have copied and sent it over the world. I think stuff like that or something like that. I have seen a video from Jay Smith, and that's true. What he says there, what he claims is really true. I know that. But
okay, let me ask you: Are you a true Muslim, or you are just trolling us and making things like up?
Why I have to troll you?
Can you say Shahada?
Of course I can say.
Okay, say the Shahada.
Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh.
Okay. And do you believe in Muhammad is a prophet?
I think yes.
Do you believe that Muhammad was so good in bed?
In bed?
Bed?
Are you have I understand it right?
Saying, do you believe that Muhammad was very good in bed?
In bed?
Bed, yeah, boom, boom, you know.
Are you doing a YouTube channel or Playboy channel?
I don't know. You tell me.
What is this for a filthy question?
Because this is what your prophet, he kept talking. He went around telling people how good he is in bed.
I don't think he talked stuff like that.
Well, how then people they will know if he is having sex? Okay, how I will know? How I will know that you have sex with all your wives if you don't tell people? I mean, this is something between the wives and the husband, correct?
Yes, correct. And
okay, so,
that's the reason.
So how people then? So how the people knows then? If you are saying this is filthy topic, right? So how the people they knew? How they knew that Muhammad used to do boom boom to all his wives without even washing?
They know nothing. I think they have fabricated stuff to look at that. make him look
Okay.
bad.
So you don't think your prophet was good in bed?
I don't know what he's doing in bed, and I know one thing for sure, that he has never taught stuff like that. I think the men around him have corrupted stuff like that to look him bad, to make him look bad.
So the Muslims, they made books to make Muhammad look bad.
I don't think that these people are real Muslims.
I see.
I think they tried to corrupt the book or stuff like that.
Okay. Well,
you know
what?
There was many corruptions in the Bible too.
Okay. Yeah, see. Yeah. I heard that Muhammad is in the Bible too.
Nah, that's not true.
Not true. What is true then? What is true? Where we can find Muhammad? Can we find Muhammad in the Quran?
In the Quran? Yes.
Yeah. Where? Where?
Where?
Yeah. There's a chapter. It's called the chapter of Muhammad, but it doesn't say who is this guy Muhammad. Do you know who is Muhammad? Who is Muhammad? There's a chapter. It's called chapter of Muhammad. But who is Muhammad? Tell me. Is the Quran in front of us?
Who is Muhammad?
He's what? Hello?
Are you there?
No, I'm not there.
I'm here.
There. Oh, you are here. Okay. So who is Muhammad? So who is Muhammad?
Muhammad is the prophet.
What prophet? Where it says, okay, who is Muhammad the prophet? Shouldn't we know? I mean, you make a book, you say is Muhammad. Okay, who is Muhammad?
Muhammad is the prophet of Islam, the prophet of God.
Muhammad, where is this guy? Where he was born? Who is his father? Who is his mother?
He was born in Mecca. I think his mother.
Where it says he was born in Mecca?
I don't know. The life of Muhammad was written down by Ibn Hisham, I think.
So Allah, he forgot to write the life of Muhammad. He gave us Quran. Okay.
It's Ibn Hisham, I think.
So how we will know that this Muhammad is the same one who was in Arabia? If he wasn't in Arabia, how we will know the location?
If you ask that question, you can ask the same question about Jesus.
Why?
I think you are trying to divide people.
No, the Bible tells us where Jesus was born, tell us which location, tell us which city, tell us who is the mother, even the father by birth.
The Old Testament was saying.
The Old Testament even tell you. The Old Testament even tell you the children of Adam, their names one by one, after one, generation after generation. Here we have a prophet. He is the most important one according to Muslims. Who is this Muhammad?
Are you thinking that? I know that what you're saying, but are you thinking the people who have listed in the Bible was really for?
Okay, my friend, your voice is bad. Your voice is bad. Anyway, I think we have enough of this guy. Do we have another Muslim? We have. Let us see this guy. Hello?
I think you have a bad connection.
Are you the same person who just called me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What the heck? You're gonna take Sada from Muslim. Hold on. Hello?
Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Joseph. I was first of all, I would like to thank you for the call. Appreciate your time and your efforts. And second of all, I tell you how I entered this cult when I was about 16, 17.
Oh, you are an ex-Muslim? You're an ex-Muslim?
Kind of, because I really entered, really entered. So I have my doubts now, because I don't want to disturb you, bore you my life. I try to make it as short as possible. And they put in my head as in like, you know, where I live, like, you know, I have many let's say knowledge regarding Joshua, Jesus, and etc. So that convinced me, because I said, like, you know, okay, Allah means God in Arabic. It's the same thing, isn't it? And they're talking about Moses, you know, Solomon, etc. So it's like, you know, it's quite similar. So before that, I had my moral values and ethics in terms of, like, you know, integrity, being honest, etc. And I took it seriously because, like, you know, I've learned, like, you know, if you don't pray, you are, even I learned the language. I study Arabic, and kuffar. Like, if you don't pray, you're kuffar, because that's the separation between, the difference between a believer and unbeliever is the salat. If you don't pray, you're not. So it's really, like, you know, genuinely. So then I started to mix with people, like, you know, so I'm mixed. Okay, I'm been living between Spain and the UK, as you can tell by my accent, Spain and the UK. And when I moved to, in here where I live in this island, the Canary Island where I'm from, there are a few Muslims, but they're not. I mean, well, not Muslims by name, I call them. Do you know what I mean? Muslim by name. They don't follow the ideology. They are munafiq, hypocrites. But anyways, when I moved to the UK, it's a big city, more cosmopolitan, of course. Then I started meeting people. So I was really amazed. I was thinking, whoa, unity, etc., blah blah blah. And as I was mixing with them, I was realizing, wow, these people, they are munafiq, based on, like, you know, beliefs, because, like, you know, they lie, they cheat, this and that, and I need to be racist, right? I don't want to be racist. So I was learning. I learned Arabic. Even I was married to a Syrian girl from Syrian. They have a mental problem. They have something called al-asl, which means the origin. So even if you're born in France and your mother is from China and your father is from Mecca, they say aslak Mecca, like originally from Mecca. That's the ideology. Nothing to do with the Quran, no Sahih Bukhari, none of them. But that's the ideology. I was thinking, that's part of my language, but that's rubbish. But anyways, so I met this girl. I knew after the experience, like, you know, she just wanted, like, you know, documents. They're really materialistic. No offense with Arab people, but in the Middle East, the religion is, I've learned from them, is like, you know, what passport do you have, and whether you're an engineer or not. That's what I learned from them. That the majority, not all, but the majority. And I used to go to the mosque. I used to do the Salat al-Fajr in the mosque. I used to the what do you call it, witr and etc. Like use sunnah, like, you know, after Dhuhr al-Isha, like, you know, the last prayer, like in the mosque as a sunnah. And I was really into it, mate. I was really into it, like, you know, really into it. Not talking to women, lower my gaze, not talking to non-mahram. Someone who doesn't know what mahram means like no, like, you know, she's not related to you.
So my friend, why decide to leave Islam then?
Because after having this problem, like, you know, I knew something called taqiyya. Like, for them it's allowed to, like, some people, they say to you, no, that's a Shia, there's a lie, that bullshit, they brainwash you. Then in the Quran, I've learned something. I can give you the verse if you want me to, but it's more or less about this a verse that it says that oh prophet, blah 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 blah, we give you, like, you know, we made lawful, like halal, your wives, your wives, and, like, you know, in English translate, like, you know, your slave girls.
Yeah,
I never knew that. I was shocked. So basically, you're allowed to have slaves, and plus you're allowed to have sex with your slaves. So my understanding is that if I believe, well, actually, if you don't believe in that, you are kuffar, because I've learned that 7 types of kufr. If you don't agree with Allah or Muhammad commandments, therefore you're kuffar. It means you don't agree. Anyway, so if I was trying to picture myself, right? So if I want to be, like, you know, like, you know, Muslim, well, someone who submits, I have to follow this condition. And I tried to picture myself, how can I have a slave, a human being? Okay, it's not like, like a we're talking about a living life, right? Even like a dog man has got human has got rights. How can I have sex with a woman who is a slave and maybe she doesn't want to?
But
So
okay, but hold on. But you see, the problem with this, it's not Muhammad having sex with a slave who don't want to, because at that time, slaves have no right. That's why they are slaves, you know. So we don't want to blame Muhammad for doing something people used to do at that time. In the same time, the question is, what Muhammad did. The difference is that Muhammad, he made it. It's coming from his God. You know what I mean? So he made what is not right, right. This is what I'm trying to help you with, because if we want to blame Muhammad for having sex with a slave, at that time everybody do that.
yeah, but I mean, like, if God like spread loves and equality, etc., how can God allow such?
Islam never claimed that he spread equality, except between the believers. Even the believers, Muhammad, he had them as slaves. So like Muhammad, when he said, don't if you wanna, like, don't have intercourse, which means don't marry with women who they are not believing, and believing women is better, even if she is a slave. So
Oh yeah, I remember that. It's like, even like, if you really fully enjoy with her, it's still a slave. If I never when I say slave, I was like, okay, but it's like, even if you like, a non-believer, even if you like, you enjoy the like, her company, and I believe a slave is better than that person. I was thinking, even I forced myself to marry, because in the UK the majority are Pakistanis or Indians. So I was trying to be like, not racist, and I was like, okay, I should marry this girl, even if I'm not physically attracted to her, but based on Allah knowledge, it's better for me to marry like, a Muslim. So I was trying to do an effort. I was always having like problems. I was trying to my best to like, be like a robot, follow the law. I don't use don't benefit yourself, benefit Allah, because Allah knows the best, and if you fulfill Allah's desire, you're gonna be like, successful like in life. But I was having problem, like, how can you have like slaves, mate? Then I found out few things, like, I was trying to defend this, but he married a woman called Aisha, right? He married her when she was 6.
Yeah.
Exactly, 6. Then some people, they use it like, I'm trying to know more about the gospel. So because they use it like, no, because I can't remember who prophet was. Like, he married her when she was 3 or 2. I cannot remember, one of the prophets. So they back up themselves with that, as in like, because a prophet in the Old Testament or New Testament, he did so, as in like, look, he did it. You know what I mean? As an excuse. I cannot remember the name.
He did what in the Old Testament?
Well, I don't want to. Well, I don't want to like, lie. So because I don't want to be like the typical person who brings like, oh, I had no. I want to give you like, the accurate source.
Okay.
But there's a prophet they use as an excuse that married 3 years old. I don't know. I think it was a prophet. I cannot remember.
That's false. They speak about Rebecca, but this is false. This is nowhere in the Bible it says what they are saying. This is just a fabrication.
Who is it? Apologize. Who is it?
They say a marriage of Rebecca, But anyway, this is nowhere in the Bible to be found. This is false.
Is it not? Okay, I'm not an expert. I don't want to talk about things I don't know.
When somebody says to you, okay, show me the verse that says he married someone at the age of 3, okay, then we will laugh. There's nowhere. That's a stupid lie, But the Muslims, because they are desperate, because we have a proof, clear proof from wife of Muhammad saying he married me at the age of 6. So the Muslims, they have to come with something equal. They tried their best, they could not find anything, and they fabricate a story. But if we ask any Muslim, here we go, any Muslim who is watching, and from those who claim to have knowledge, post for us the verses from the Bible says that there is somebody, he married somebody, and she was 3 years old. I challenge you. They are liars. There's no such a thing. So,
do you know what they say? Like, apologies for interrupting you. I don't want to be rude. Apologize. But Do you know what it says? Six. It says Sahih Bukhari. Then because they contradict themselves, because they say like Bukhari is a man from Bukhara. He was blessed by Allah because he was blind when he was young, and then Allah cured his blindness, and He gave him such what's the proper word to explain his ability, skill, right? He could if you give him, let's say, one page, he would just view it once and memorize it. So they say in that way he was fully trustable. Okay, it's a guy from Bukhara. But then when you give him this this quote, this hadith, so it's not only related in one page, one section. It's been repeated in multiple pages. I haven't memorized the number, but I know it's been repeated multiple times. So we all know that he married a woman, a girl, 6 years old. So if you you don't have to go to university, but if you use your brain, man, just Google 6 or 9 years old girl and imagine yourself marrying to that person. Man, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
it is disgusting. I've done it yesterday.
So this is the main reason. This is the main reason make you leave Islam. What about the stupid mistakes in the Quran?
Because I've lost my faith. I was really I always believe in there's one God. Okay, but I'm not like to you. Sometimes when you mix company is important, because it can make you to increase or lose your they call it iman, your faith, right? So as the more, because at that time I didn't know much about the religion, so I was my iman, my faith was decreasing, because I said, how comes such a beautiful religion have not been successful over the world? Because just tell me one Muslim country that's been successful. There's none of them. Even Saudi Arabia, you're.
Yeah, but this is not. You see, this is for me not a reason to be a true believer or not, because you can be a believer and you are poor. So what?
Yeah, but
most, my friend, this is not a real reason. Most of those who they are most successful today, they are not even believers. Like Bill Gates is an atheist.
Yeah, they're not.
All of them, they are atheists. Most of them, actually. So does not prove that they are right or wrong. So being poor can be a blessing for you, because you will not be tested by the money, corruption. But the question is, do Islam make you a better person, even if it's true religion or not? Islam make you a person who hate everybody. Islam make you want to kill everybody.
Correct.
Islam make you even hate your own family, as the Quran says. The Quran forbid the Muslims even to love their own parents and their own family, if they are opposing Islam, which means they don't believe in Allah. So
yeah,
Quran is an evil book. Each evil spread evil, and that make it nothing but evil. Otherwise, being successful by money, okay, well, we have some Muslim countries, they are very successful, like in Emirates. Does that mean they have a good religion in there? They don't know. Actually, they are successful because they don't practice Islam. If they practice Islam, the country will be empty.
Actually, no. Actually, I think they practice it, because I used to think, why do they pay people the right amount of money? But then I've realized that in Islam it's allowed to have slaves. So
yeah, but they don't practice. You see, all Muslims today, nobody practice. Even in Saudi Arabia, even before this king, like now they celebrate Christmas and they have New Year evening. They bring in singers. Music is haram before in Saudi Arabia, but even before, they don't dare to practice Islam. Like if somebody leave Islam and he was, let us say, if somebody he live in Saudi Arabia, he's a Christian. Do he pay jizya? No. Why? Because then nobody will live in the country. And nobody will work in this country, which none of the countries know even to make anything, like how to build a house, how to make electricity, how to fix a phone, how to fix nothing. So they have to bring workers from abroad, and this is why they compromise their religion. However, you will not find one single Muslim country practicing Islam. Even Taliban now, they are not really practicing Islam, because they are asking friendship with Russia, friendship with America, friendship with China, friendship. But the Quran says, chapter 5 verse 51, take not Christians and Jews as a friends. So Muslims,
correct.
Even Taliban, they are not true Muslims, because Islam is impossible to practice. And this religion, this religion make you a hateful person. In the same time, does not give you the solution for what to do. Okay, if we don't take a Christian and Jews as a friends, so what we would do?
I agree with you because I want to mention two things like before I forget them. One of them, like the more into Islam I was getting, like what Islam means, submit to God's will. I don't want to call
No,
that. I want to call them. I
no,
want to call
no.
Muhammad God teacher.
Islam mean to surrender, not to submit.
Surrender.
Surrender, yes, not to submit. This is
Wow, Jesus.
they give you false translation. Yeah.
Okay, so apologize. Thanks for that.
So let
appreciate
me
that.
ask you. Originally, you were a Christian, or what you used to be?
Actually, I wouldn't say Christian because I didn't know what Christianity means. I started doing my research.
Because you just said
recently.
Jesus, so I'm trying to understand why you are saying Jesus if you don't understand. If you don't-
Because I've been mixing more with like Christians recently, so I started using that word again, and I've been doing my
Okay, so
research.
now you decide to leave Islam. What do you think about Christianity?
I'm doing my study now. Look, about me, before I continue, like I'm not the typical guy who'd say like blah blah blah, and you take I'm a person. It's not because I'm arrogant, but before I get into something, I need to read the terms and conditions. I need to know what I'm following, right? So I've spoken to like a pastor who I found on the internet. I've got many like nice Christian friends, even here where I'm from. Like majority of them, like even they're not fully knowledgeable, but by nature they're Christians, right? And I always felt comfortable with my friends. The only difference is like I believe in something, believe in another thing, and now I'm doing my research about it, like because I'm learning about the Trinity. I understood the Trinity in one sentence. Even it's logical. Father is like God, and then Son doesn't mean like Son as in like physically, but just like in the name of the Father, and like in the flesh as in like in meat. And spirit means like soul, like in Arabic call it nafs, roh. I think soul, like etc. So it took me easy to understand it. It means it doesn't mean that. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm just listening. If there's any question you need me to help you with regarding Christianity.
Yeah, there are 2-3 things. With me, I really got into Islam, so for me it's gonna be like I don't. It's hard to like to get it because I wasn't like a fake one. I really studied. So for example, this hadith they say like the end of the time. So that's why I said Taliban maybe is right. There's a tribe from Al Khorasan, a tribe which is actually Iran. The Imam Al Mahdi, or it will be erased. I will lead a troop from Al Khorasan, which is a town in Iran. I will leave like the champion to fight against the with some. I think it will from Khorasan. So I was thinking, whoa, Taliban just took over. Now this hadith is talking about Khorasan.
No, my friend. This is first of all, Muhammad, he made a false prophecy when he spoke about this. Yes, because the problem is when people they read, they don't listen, they don't read carefully. You have always to learn how to read carefully and study the words carefully. So here it says, this is the hadith, and some of it is da'if, some of it is sahih. And then Muhammad here is being racist, speaking about people who they are Asian. The Asian people are the people who they have the black flag, and they are the Muslims who they will follow the Dajjal. If you read here, it says the Dajjal.
Okay, on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, he will emerge from a land. It's called Khorasan, and fought by people who their faces like hammered shield. So Muhammad he believed that the evil ones, which according to Muhammad and his racism, the Asian people, they are the one who follow the Dajjal, and he is coming from Khorasan. So Muhammad he made it so clear that Khorasan is where the evil one will come. It doesn't matter who is this evil one, is the Khorasan. But Khorasan now is Muslims. Khorasan is Muslims, and Muhammad obviously he never been there because they don't really have the look of Muhammad.
So how did he need? Apologies for stopping you. I don't want to be rude. How did see if this guy was like illiterate? I mean, but I'm not that stupid. This jihadi wannabe one can trick me because he was a trader. He worked for his Khadija, so used to travel. I think that when he went to I think they call it Damascus, he mixed with people, so he hear things, he listened to things. So he's not stupid, I mean, he didn't only stay in Mecca. So he really
Well, you
was
know,
like
this is not
mixed.
really, for me, this is not a big deal. You know, we were trying to find out. We understand you left Islam. I asked you if you like, if you have a question for me about Christianity, I will answer you. But
Yeah, I have.
you know, like we are going over, and you know, look like we will never end anywhere. Do you have any question you like me to ask me about Christianity before we finish our call?
Yeah, there are 3 verses for me, 3 verses, and I will fully leave Islam. If you can help me with this, I will fully leave it.
What 3 verses? What do you mean?
Okay, 3 about the Quran. Okay, so there are 3 things. Okay, so one, it talks about like, you know, how like, you know.
So hold on. So you did not leave Islam yet?
I mean, I don't pray, so therefore I'm not a Muslim.
No, I'm asking you. Do you consider yourself a Muslim or not now?
I'm doubting. I'm
Oh.
believing like in between. I'm
Okay.
doing my
What is
research about.
what is the 3 verses you want me to answer you about Islam?
So there's one about it talks about like, you know, how like it would preserve the body of the mummy of Pharaoh, like, you know, that's one. The second one, that's one, like, you know, how he's preserved. And they say people, they found it, that's what like increased my faith, because I found it through that. Like, you know, he said like he will the tyrant Pharaoh, like, you know, he will preserve his body, so there will like be a sign for the people who are going to be alive and see it. So now in Egypt, what now, years ago, they found the body. If you can Google it, I mean, like, I think Ramses, they issue a Egyptian passport so they can, like, you know, take his body to be studied in France. So I'm a bit shocked about this, I'm not lying to you. And the second one,
Let's go one by one. First of all, Ramses was not preserved by God. He is a mummy, and you are the one who just said so, right?
which is the verse, if you can find them and read it.
Yeah, the verse, I know the verse, chapter 10, verse number 92. But as you know, that Ramses is a mummy, which means when he died, they cut his body and they took whatever the Egyptian they do to preserve a body. It's not God who preserved him, correct?
Well, I don't want to like talk about things I don't know. Like, you know, they did, like, you know, the ancient Egyptian rituals, basically, like, you know, to
my friend. My question is simple. Who is the one who preserved the body of the Pharaoh Ramses? Was the people who did surgery and preserve him in a tomb, or it was Allah?
Well, they say, like, you know, everything is based on Allah's will, isn't it? So I mean, like,
no. You see, because they do that to all the kings, not only him. All the kings, all their kings.
It says that God sometimes got willpower, isn't it? Like, you know, there's things like, you know, and they're not understandable. Like, you know, maybe it's like saying when Moses was, like, you know, he led the Israelis, and then Moses with, like,
my friend. If I say I reserve now, I am God. I reserve the body of the Pharaoh. And then we find that the one who preserved him is the doctors who made the surgery, and they, you know, they put his body in a tomb, and they put chemical in his body in order to preserve it. And by the way, it's not preserved. I mean, there's some flesh there, some hair, but the guy is he can have nothing to see. I mean, it's not preserved.
So how this guy, like, you know, this guy called Muhammad knew about this, like, you know, about Ramses, and then all over the southern.
First, he do not know about Ramses, because he think Ramses is a name of a person. He think this is the name. Sorry, Pharaoh is the name of the person. If you go in the Quran, here we go. Let me put it for you. In the Quran, you put the word al. You said you study a little bit Arabic, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not an expert, but yeah, like, you know, yeah.
Okay, if I say Alu Pharaoh, I'm saying Pharaoh is an individual. His name is Pharaoh. The same as Alu Musa's, chapter 2, verse number 248. Alu Musa's, I'm showing you on the screen, you can look. Al,
yeah, this day we say.
And then Musa's, Alu Musa's, chapter 2, verse 248. Same for Alu Ibrahim. Al, and then the name after it was going to be a name of individual, Ibrahim. And then the same, Alu Pharaoh. This is Al, you know, mean the family. Pharaoh. So Pharaoh is individual. So the stupid Muhammad, he think that Pharaoh is an individual. His name is Pharaoh.
Okay.
This is not a title. Yeah, this is not a title. No, we are not done. Hold on. And then we find Alu Yaqub. Alu Yaqub. Here we go. Alu Yaqub. So you notice always after Al, the word is going to be a name of individual, singular name, not a title. Alu Ibrahim. Alu Lut. So all over the Quran, this word is used. And here,
give me some apologies because you're going fast and I'm not understanding this. I do apologize. I mean, you are a native speaker. I am not. I do apologize. So you said, like, you know, the name is not Al Faraon. What is it?
Al is a word mean family of. Family of. Alu Lut. Alu Yaqub. Alu Yaqub. So Al is not even an Arabic word. It's an Aramaic word. So
Al is like the article. It's like saying the, isn't it? The article is like saying Al.
No, Al mean literally family.
Al, like
family.
Alif. I think it's Al.
No, this is not. This is not letter. This is a word. Al. It is two. It is two letters, and there's medda, which means the A is 2A. So, or you have to extend it. So Alu Dawood. You see here it says Alu Dawood. If you click a translation, chapter 34 as an example, chapter 34 verse 13. Here it says, this is Alu Dawood. Alright? So, what is
which means?
Alu Dawood mean the family of Dawood. The family of Dawood. Here we go. You see the translation?
No, I cannot see the translation. I apologize. It's only in Arabic in there.
Chapter 34, verse number 13.
I'll Google it. Give me a second. So, chapter, apologize. Say that again, please.
Chapter 34, verse number 13.
Verse 13. So, chapter 34. Okay.
I'm showing in YouTube. You can see it in YouTube if you're watching.
Okay, give me a second. I think that was. I apologize. I mean, like, you know, I don't want to, like, you know, cause you the thing about me, like, you know,
no problem, my friend.
I don't follow blindly. I like to know the roots. I'm not the typical tell me,
problem.
2 3 things. That's what I love.
All right, just open.
So he said they worked for him what he desired.
Forget about the rest. You know, this is not important here. Our topic is, O family of David, of Dawood. What is the word?
Okay.
Alu Dawood. You see it?
Alu
Dawood. Alu Dawood. Yes, Alu Dawood.
Alu is like
Al. But you know, you add dhamma to it. Al or ala. You can say depending on the tashkil. So Al. This is just a movement of the word, depending on the location. Al is a word mean family. Dawood is a name of a person. Right? And this is the translation. And this is the translation. Family of David. So Alu Dawood is family of David.
Apologize. So Alu, just to understand it, sorry for making you go slow, but because you're okay, Alu is like you're saying A-L U, Alu.
No,
Alu.
there's no U. There's no U. There's no U. This is Arabic. You don't add U. You are trying to read it now in the English.
Apologize.
Yeah, okay.
In English, I'm saying.
My friend, this is not important. This is all how to pronounce it.
Apologies. For me, it's important because, like I said to you, I need to
No
know.
problem.
What
You can watch the
means.
video later slowly. You can go to dictionary and you can try yourself to see how it works. But Al
Apologies.
is a
If
word.
you understand it now, then I can understand you the part of the pharaoh.
No,
Yeah,
you will understand because how to pronounce it is not important. I'm showing you the translation of the Muslims. This is the word Al, and this is the translation family. What will come after the family? When I say the family of, then I have to say a name of a person after that, right? Correct?
So, okay, to make it shorter, Alu means family. Okay, Alu means family.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and the name will be after it, the name of individual. Always a name of individual. It's not a title.
So, Alu Dawood, family
Alu Dawood.
of David.
Family of David, and this is the Muslim translation. So what we are trying to teach you now, that the word Al always appear before individual name. We learned that.
Okay, so now we're going to that chapter. Apologize, and then you. Now I understand. Thank you. Thank
So
you.
now all those verses, there's tons of them. They keep saying Alu Faraon, Alu Dawood, Alu Lut.
Could you please go back to that so I can fully understand it, please, if you don't mind?
Which verse?
The one you told me, Alu Faraon, so I can understand.
All of them. There's tons of them. Here we go. There's tons of verses saying.
I'm talking about Pharaoh because, like, what like you know, intrigues me is the Pharaoh one. So that's the chapter Pharaoh, isn't it?
My friend, the Muhammad story is always in the Quran. It's all over the Quran. It's not a chapter. It's not one chapter. As you see, I'm showing you.
I apologize. The verse of Pharaoh. I'm not talking about the other ones. I'm talking about the Pharaoh specifically, so I can understand.
My friend, I'm telling you, the story of Pharaoh is all over the Quran. It's not in one chapter.
Okay,
not in one chapter. It's not like in the Bible. You find the book of Genesis where how God created things and that's it. The story of the Pharaoh is all over the Quran. As you see, here we find some about the Pharaoh in chapter 3. Then we find about Pharaoh in chapter 2. Then we find about the Pharaoh chapter 7. And then we find in chapter 8. And then we find in chapter 14 and chapter 15, chapter, let us say, I mean, it's all over the Quran. So the chapter, the Pharaohs is mentioned many places in the Quran because Muhammad, he keep repeating himself. However, the word al is a word presented before a name of an individual. This was the point. As an example, chapter 15, verse number 61, it says, Alulut. Alulut. So the family of Lut, you see it? The family of Lut.
That makes sense, yeah. Now I understand.
So when Muhammad he say Al Pharaoh, he is saying the family of the Pharaoh. He think that Pharaoh is a name of a person. Secondly, if we ask the Muslims,
he thinks what? Sorry.
When he say Al Pharaoh, he is thinking that Pharaoh is an individual. The name of him is Pharaoh, not a title as a king.
So say Al Pharaoh, which means the family of Pharaoh.
Family of Pharaoh, yeah. Then if we ask the Muslims, okay, as long the Muslims agree that in the time of Moses, the king was Ramses II, right?
What they say Ramses, but in the Quran it's Pharaoh. Oh yes.
Okay, but if we ask the Muslims the same question, who was his wife?
In Islamically, it was like one of the most prestigious, iconic women in Islam.
This is not the question.
She was a believer.
This is not the question, my friend. As long we know now, as long the Muslim they say that we know the name of the king, his name is Ramses II. Okay, Ramses II. My friend, stop apologizing. Listen to me carefully. The name. Try to get my idea instead of listening to apologizing. The name of the king. The name of the king, my friend. That's how I am. It's okay. It's okay. The name of the king is Ramses II. The name of the wife is Nefertari. So if the Muslims they discover something in the Quran, and this is Ramses II, then Muhammad is a liar because Muhammad he said that the name of the wife is Asiya bint Muhazim. So she have even an Arabic name. So this is the Egyptian queen of the wife of Ramses, and her name is Nefertari. According to Muhammad, Nefertari. According to Muhammad, the wife name is Asiya bint Muzahim. So this is alone proven to us that Muhammad is a fraud.
Is it not? I apologize. Is it not because it is in other language? It's like saying Joshua.
No, you don't change. No. You see, Joshua, because the Latin. Remember, we have letters in Arabic or in Hebrew. You don't have it in your Latin language. As an example, there's nothing is called Muhammad. It is Muhammad, correct?
Okay, Muhammad, okay. Yeah.
So those Joshua is not a new name, but this is a new name, totally new name. There's a huge difference between Asiya and Nefertari.
Yeah, but for example, they call it like they don't call it Joshua, they call it Isa. They don't say Shalom.
My friend, there's nothing is called Isa. This is the fabrication. What Isa? There's nothing is called Isa.
That's what I'm saying.
No. You see, this is another proof that Muhammad is a fraud. He did never get the name correct. So, what's his name? Abraham. His father is Azar, according to the Quran. But this is not the true name of the father of Abraham. In the Quran, go and read the Bible. Same as Isa. Jesus became Isa, but Isa is Yeshua. Is not Isa. Who's us? There's a huge difference, and this is a closed language. Arabic is not a language by itself. It's coming from the Aramaic and mixed with Hebrew. So when we say in Arabic, as an example, we say Yeshua. In Hebrew, they say Yeshua. See how close? Yeshua. Why? Because simply in some Aramaic, my friend, in some Aramaic language, some Aramaic accent, the word "see."
Sorry, you're going fast. What? You're going fast. So you're going fast because when you go fast, I don't get. You say like in they say Joshua. Which language was that?
This is not their language. This is not the correct name.
I know, but you said now something. You said, like, you know, Jeshua is in Hebrew, and then you said another Jeshua.
No, in Latin, as an example, the word Jesus does not exist in the Latin in the Hebrew language. The reason there was always short in letters. So because there was a short letter, they came with the letters close to resemble the sound and the voice. Otherwise, there's no Jesus. If you read the whole Bible, there's no Jesus, because they don't have equal letters. They have to use words, or let us say letters, can fix, make it evil to pronounce. In Arabic, we have way more letters, which does not exist in English or in many languages. So in order to fix that, we had tried to find a close letter to fix the word. So Muhammad became Muhammad, right? Ali became Ali, but we don't have Ali in the Arabic. It is Ali, not Ali. Ali is a letter A, but because in your language you don't have the letter which we have, so you replace it with something close to make the sound, but not to make the name really. So when we talk here about a woman, and Muhammad, he say that Asiya is the wife of Pharaoh. See, he is not even saying the Pharaoh. He says the wife of Pharaoh. He speaks to him as an individual, as a person. His name is Pharaoh. You see the screen in front of me? You see the screen in front of me?
So it's like the Prophet said, sufficient for you among the women of mankind. And Maryam bint Imran, Khadija bint Khuwailid, Fatima bin Muhammad, and Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh. Okay, so his wife is called Asiya. Okay, Asiya.
Okay, so the king of Egypt, who Muhammad talked about in the time of Moses, his name is Pharaoh, and his wife, her name is Asiya. When all the history says that the name of the wife of the Pharaoh, Ramses II, at that time, was Nefertari, and they were in love too, and she is a daughter of a king. So how Muhammad, he changed the name? If he is a person inspired by God, how come no historian found Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh, as Muhammad he claimed? And as you see here, he mentioned each name in this hadith. After it is a name of individual, correct? Read carefully. He says, among the women, the mankind are Maryam, the daughter of Imran, correct? So Imran is a name of individual, and this is again wrong, because Mary, she is not the daughter of Imran. Imran is the father of Musa, so Muhammad again is a fool. And it's not even Imran, it's Umran. Then he continue, Khadija bintu Khuwailid. So Khadija, the daughter of Khuwailid, the name of individual, a man, his name is Khuwailid. Fatima bintu Muhammad, this is supposed to his daughter of Muhammad. And then Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh. So Pharaoh is individual, his name is Pharaoh. So the silly Muhammad, he think Pharaoh is a name of a person, and he gave us a false name of the wife of the Pharaoh, Asiya. This is again proof that Muhammad is a fraud.
Okay, to me that doesn't make sense to me, because, like, you know, like I said to you, it's a language. Okay, they change things. Like,
my friend, in language you did change the whole name. You don't change the whole name. You try to make sound of the name. Do Nefertari sound like a close to Asiya in any way, in any mean? If there's any letter between them they share, just letter. Asiya, Nefertari. If there's any letters they share.
I get your point now. Mate. Yeah, mate. Now I get your point. It's like saying
not even one letter. The first letter in the name of the queen is Nefertari. N. The woman here, her name is not Nancy. Her name is not Nancy. Her name is not Nunu. Her name is not Nana. Her name is Asiya. So the first letter is not the same. The second letter is not the same. The third letter is not the same. The fourth letter is not the same. The fifth letter is not the same. And even there's more letters in the Egyptian name, and none of them fit with the name here. Not even a single letter. So when you say to me, maybe because it's different language, in different language you don't change the name. You don't change the name. Every Christian knew that the correct name of Jesus is Yeshua, not Jesus. Jesus is the word we use in a language which don't have equal letters. So we are not deceived. We are not using wrong name. We are not doing that in purpose to lie. We are trying to accomplish a language which is not equal to the Hebrew or Aramaic. So we, but the name is still very close. But here, Nefertari, and here, Asiya. So if Muhammad he got it correct, then he should get that Pharaoh is not a name of a person. This is the name, a title of a king. Secondly, he should know better that Asiya is not the wife of Pharaoh. Not only that, he claimed that Asiya, she is the daughter of Muzahim. When this woman, she is very well known, Nefertari, she is a king. She is the daughter of a king too. Not only she is a wife of a king, she was a daughter of a king. So
okay, so what's the name in the Torah? Like, you know, what's the name given to the Pharaoh? What's the name given to him?
Well, speak about the Pharaoh too, but you know, doesn't say. I think it's mentioned not exactly the name that I'm trying to remember.
It doesn't say like, you know, Ramses, or doesn't like, you know.
No,
does
no.
it also mention the name of his wife?
I don't remember. I don't remember really. Like
Can we search it, please?
In some translation, like they put in the translation, they put the word Ramses, but I don't think the word Ramses exists. But the Pharaoh never been used as a name of a person. The Pharaoh is a king, you know, is a name, is a title of a king. Is not an is not an a. Yeah, but my friend, to make it simple, so the first thing, Allah did not preserve the mummy; it was the Egyptian. Do we agree on that or not?
Like I said to you, I am not these people who you like, you know, tell them 2-3 things and I will like accept a belief straight away.
It's another question, my friend. I want an answer a question. You don't have to agree with me. I'm asking you, who is the one who preserved who is the one who preserved the body of the Pharaoh? Is it the doctors who did surgery? Is it the doctors? Is the body of Pharaoh? Let me make it simple for you. Is the body of the Pharaoh never been touched by a human, preserved by God? Or the body of the Pharaoh we have right now is not really truly preserved, number one, because preserved means preserved. That's it. Secondly, is it preserved the way it is now by the doctors of the Egyptian, the old Egyptian, or by Allah? This is the question.
Okay, so like, let me tell you something, like, you know, it's not like, you know, I want to be rude to you, but I can tell you, like, you came from an Arabic background. Arabic people, they have like, you know, a rough approaching, okay? So to me, like I said to you, the Almighty, like the name, it says he's like, you know, Almighty, is mighty everything. So if God can preserve something, can do it, it's not because the human are human. Because to me, like I've read something, kul wa ma yakun, kul wa fa ma yakun. So if God says do it, do it. If God says doesn't do it, doesn't do it.
What does this have to do with my question? What does this have to do with my question? I'm asking you, who is the one who preserved it?
Everything works under the God's will.
No. No, prove it. Prove it. No, prove it. Because now I can. So are you saying to me now, when the Egyptian they preserve the body because Allah he told them to preserve the body?
What I learned, whatever you do it, and Allah does the rest. What that means,
what is that? Hold on. So there's people right now, when somebody die, they burn him. You know. So is Allah ordering to burn the person?
No, apologize. No, that's another level. You went to another level. Apologize. No,
I'm not going to any level. I'm not talking to a level. So I'm asking you, when the Egyptian, who is the one who preserved the Pharaoh? Was it the Egyptian who did the surgery or Allah?
Why I believe you can do something, okay? You can do something, okay? You can do something. And if God wants, I don't say Allah, I say God, okay? Allah is in Arabic. If God wants, He can do whatever He wishes.
My friend, I don't care. I don't care what you are telling me. This is not my question. Please focus with me. I put now a chicken in the refrigerator. Yeah. I preserve it for the coming century, maybe. So when I did that, Allah is the one who ordered me to put the chicken in the freezer, or I did it myself?
You put the chicken in the freezer.
Who is the one who preserved the chicken? Me or Allah?
No, preserve. No, you place in the freezer. That's all you did. Like you place in the freezer, and the freezer like preserves the things because like it works.
So what difference is going to make, my friend? I don't know if you are how old are you, I put the chicken in the freezer. I put the chicken in the freezer. If I don't put it in the freezer, is Allah going to put it in the freezer?
No, He will not. I mean, like,
Okay, so I am the one who preserved the chicken. I am the one maybe who made the freezer, and maybe I am the one who made electricity for the freezer, and then I am the one who put the chicken in the freezer. What does it have to do with Allah?
So by that law, by that like philosophy, then Moses, when they're like,
Our friend, don't change the topic. Don't change the topic.
I'm not
Who is the one? Who is the one who preserved? No, because this is something they did. They are not Muslims. Is the people of the Pharaoh are Muslims? Allah, He just killed them supposedly. Allah just killed them. Killed them, those people, because they are not believers.
Okay,
so
okay.
Allah,
so Moses,
Allah, He told the disbelievers to preserve the body of the Pharaoh.
Okay, so then Moses, like when he was like, his people were thirsty, he usually stick. He stopped.
What does have to do with my question, my friend? Listen carefully.
Logic,
that is a miracle. That is a miracle. God, He did it. He did not ask people to do it. He said to him, go and walk. He said to him, go and walk. He crossed the ocean. Don't worry, cross the sea. So God, He opened the ocean. It's not the stick of Moses. Stick of Moses is not Harry Potter. We don't believe in such a thing. So listen carefully. You're not a kid. You're not a kid. Listen. If I put the chicken in the freezer, is Allah ordering me to put the chicken in the freezer, or I am the one who made the decision?
You made it.
Okay, so when the Pharaoh people, they cut his throat, they opened his stomach, they took everything, they put chemical inside, and they put him inside a tomb, and they preserve him in a certain way to preserve his body as much as they can. So who is the one who did it?
I do not know if they put chemicals or any sort of technique to preserve their body.
Everybody knows that the Egyptian, they do that. Don't play like a kid now. Everybody knows the Egyptian, they do surgery. They take his stomach, my friend. If you don't take the stomach of a dead person, the person, his body is full of worms. They will eat him. Simply.
They found recently.
They never heard of a stuffed cat, stuffed wolf, stuffed a bear. You never heard of those things?
The what, sorry?
Stuffed bear. Like they take everything inside him, they keep his skin, and then they put inside him chemical and cottons, etc., to make him look like he is in a shape. But in fact, he is not preserved by himself. If you leave him in the field, the worm will eat him. So was the Pharaoh preserved by himself? And that is a miracle of God? Or there's doctors, they did surgery and they clean him inside and they put something inside him to preserve as much as they can?
I'm reading in here now who Ramses was, like the body of Pharaoh. They say, like, I want to understand that because, like I said to you, I cannot like believe something over the night, right? I cannot. I'm not the typical guy.
My friend, I'm not asking you to believe anything. Did I ask you to believe anything? I'm just asking you. Use your logic. I'm asking you a question. Who is the one who did preserve Ramses II? Allah or the doctors?
I'm googling what they did with Pharaoh's body. So
my friend, aren't you the one who said to me, mommy? Isn't it you who said to me the word mommy?
I said mommy, yes. Mommy,
okay, so mommy is a mummy. That's mean they're preserved, and he is not preserved. Who said that he's preserved? Look at him. I mean, this guy is a preserved. Anyone in the world here can believe that this is a preserved. What is a preserved in him? This is the preserved? And he is a mummy. Mummy mean that we put him inside a tomb and we did a surgery for him to fix this mummy, to make it look like something. So he's not preserved. This is number one. Number two, it was the people who put him in that tomb, and they did that to many pharaohs, not only him. So the preservation of the Quran is a false claim, because this is what they did to all the pharaohs. Secondly, even if you're drawn, even the Bible speaks that when the drone is done, the water went back and dead bodies were, all over the place. Even if you die in the middle of the ocean, actually, most likely the waves will push you away to the shore. So what does have to do preservation? So he did not preserve him. The Pharaoh was not preserved.
They say like, when Moses crossed the Red Sea, and the Almighty bring the waters back. They all sinked. They were
My
like
friend,
drunk.
isn't it back already? Is it still open until now?
The what? Sorry.
Is the water still open until now?
Do you mean like the Red Sea? No.
Okay, so what you are saying to me? Are you saying
No, I'm
that the
telling you,
Black
like,
Sea came back?
I'm telling you this story, like, what happened, like, so when like, the Pharaoh and his troops were drowned, were like, sinked in the sea. They say that the bodies were like, floating and remaining, and they're right on the coasts. So afterwards, I believe what they did, they found his body, okay, they found it, right? They did a ritual, the ancient Egyptian cult belief. They mummify him, like, put like, bands and ropes around him, and they did like the Egyptian thing. And we know that nowadays in Egypt they discovered a lot of tombs from thousands of years, a lot of them.
And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So what's wrong? I mean, what's my friend? I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm telling you this for the last hour, trying to explain to you that this is what they do, and now you are telling me this
So
is so
how-
easy. But
so how-
I thought you didn't understand, but now you understand even better than what I understand. So the Egyptian, they did to thousands of tombs the same. It's not Allah who preserved them, and the guy is not preserved. When I say I preserved your body, this means his body should be preserved, not bones. Preserved means preserved. There's all his army, like what all the army went in the sea, never come back. Obviously, many of them, they are in the shore, they are dead. This is the king. They came, they looked for him, they took him, they buried him, and they did what they do. So it's not Allah who preserved him. This is number one. Number two, Muhammad is a fool. He thinks the Pharaoh is the name of a person. Number three, he have the name of the wife wrong. What else more proof that Muhammad is a fraud?
To me, that's not about names. It's not a big deal, because we're talking about.
No, it's
like
about
saying-
names, because it is you who mentioned to me, this is Ramses the second. Why Muhammad don't say this is Ramses the second if we want to make a miracle? Is God did not tell him Ramses the second? If this is the
we call it
purpose.
as Ramses. We call it as Ramses the second.
No, it's not. It's
But
not you call it. It's not you call it. This is his name.
It's his real name, Ramses the second. Okay.
Yes.
So, but in biblical names, in all names,
My friend, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? If the purpose of this verse to prove that Allah, He speak about certain person, can't Allah tell Muhammad the name of this king is Ramses?
He didn't
did
say
not.
the name. He said like
Okay.
Pharaoh.
No, he said the name. No, this is why he says the wife of Pharaoh. Pharaoh doesn't even say the name of the Pharaoh. The wife of Pharaoh. Do you see it? It's in front of you. If Pharaoh
So-
is a title, I will say the Pharaoh. Correct? You see that?
Yeah. Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh. Yeah. Pharaoh.
Okay.
Yeah, Pharaoh.
There's no the before it, right? There's no the. So if I say the wife of the king, I have to say like the king. Correct?
Yeah, he didn't say king. He just said Pharaoh. Yeah.
Okay, so the wife of Pharaoh, because the foolish Muhammad, he thought this is the name of the person, Pharaoh. This is a clear
Right.
evidence that Muhammad, he think that Pharaoh is the name of the person, and Asiya, as you see, she is his wife, and both of them, they are wrong. Pharaoh is a famous title of a king, but this is not the
Correct.
name. And then when
Correct.
he, and we are showing you this is in the screen to prove a point that Muhammad, he mentioned that from the women, Maryam, daughter of Imran. So always there's a name of, and the man will come after. Maryam, daughter of Imran, bintu Imran.
Yeah, Ibn Khulaifa, Fatima bin Muhammad, and Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh. Okay, so I'm getting that, like, Pharaoh is like a title of, like, leader, king, ruler. Yes, that's the ancient Egyptian ideology. And they say, what's it called? Was it that family in Arabic? You said Ali. Is it called Ali or the Alif? What was the thing like you said before in Arabic? Apologize. What's the translation you said before? Alif or Ali? I cannot remember. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me there? I think the guy. Can you hear me, guys? Al. Yeah, Al. Al. Okay. I cannot hear him. Like, and I cannot listen. Honestly, I cannot hear his voice. I only can see the text in here. Alu. Hello, can you hear me? Not responding. Jesus, like, you know, all my days, man.
All right, let's see now. I think now it's working. I don't know what's wrong with this stupid computer. Lord, give me patience.
Hello?
Okay,
Yeah.
you hear me now?
Yeah, apologize. I think it was like some technical problems in there.
No problem. So let us go back. Let's go back. So Al is a word meaning family. Pharaoh is a name of a person. Name of a person. And the proof in front of your eyes.
Because because if I learn this, because I debate with Muslims on TikTok. Okay, so I can save it for my knowledge. Thank you for telling me this. I know Arabic people are be like, you know, tough and harsh, but let's do it slowly. Apologize.
No
Al
problem.
means family in Arabic. Okay, Al means
you just search for Al in the Quran and you will find tons of verses mentioning the word Al. It's not something, you know, I'm making things up. Al Pharaoh, Al
You know, I will, but you need to understand something. Like some people are slow, or some people are more like rapid, like you. We not all have the same speed and knowledge like you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know.
No
so
problem.
that's why
I'm being very patient, my friend.
Yeah, I know. Normally, Arab people are another patient. You're patient.
Okay.
I really appreciate you that.
You can go and review the video later, and you will see all the verses showing you the words Al. As you see in the screen,
Yeah.
you can freeze the video, click one by one, and you will see the translation. All of those mentioning the word Al, either in front of the Pharaoh, or in the front of Lot, or in front of David, or Abraham, or Jacob, etc. So this is what the word Al mean. Present Al, the people as the family, and then we find that Muhammad, he mentioned clearly that the wife of Pharaoh, he don't call him the Pharaoh, he call him the wife of Pharaoh. He called him as a name. So the wife of Pharaoh, not the wife of the Pharaoh, the wife of Pharaoh, her name is Asiya, and this is a wrong name, and it doesn't match even with one letter with the original name of the wife of the true Pharaoh, Ramses. Secondly, when the Muslims, they try to say that, well, this is discovery and Allah, he made it, simply, why Allah did not say the name of the, if this is the purpose of it, so later we will discover why Allah did not tell Muhammad the name of this man. His name is Ramses, and he gave him the correct name of Ramses, you know, the correct name of Ramses, the correct name of the wife, and then people will be astonished, says, look, Muhammad, Muhammad, he knew this. But as you see, Muhammad, he gave us wrong information. Allah did not preserve the body, it was the Egyptian, and the body is not even preserved, by the way. It's preserved compared to others, but it's not really preserved. It's a mummy. It is nothing but bones. There's no eyes. There's no eyes. Is the eyes there? No. If there's anything you know, can be recognized? No. So it's not really preserved, you know. But because they are kings, they treat them differently, and they used to even worship them. So it's a false claim from the Muhammadan about the Pharaoh. Secondly, as long we are talking about the Pharaoh, Muhammad, he think that the minister of the Pharaoh is Haman, but Haman was a minister in Iraq for a different king.
Thank you, Samuel. He thought what? The minister, as in, like, you know, his worker, okay? The minister, okay? Muhammad.
Chapter 28, verse number 40, chapter 28 and verse number 36, and chapter 40, verse number 36. Yeah.
Apologies. Chapter 28, verse.
My friend, later you can watch the video. Chapter 40, verse number 36. Chapter 40, verse number 36. Don't talk, so you can take the notes if you want. So the prophet says to Haman, build for me a tower. So the stupid Muhammad think that the Babylon tower built by Pharaoh.
taking notes, man. I'm taking notes. I mean, like, I know there are people that fast, they're harsh, but in here we take things slowly so we can study it.
I'm being very slow with you, so do you see it? So how Muhammad he say such a stupid thing that Haman was a minister of the Pharaoh, and Haman is the one who built the Babylon Tower or Babylon Tower for the Pharaoh.
So okay, so you said like Haman built the Babylon Tower where?
You never heard of the Babylon Tower?
No. If I say yes, I'm going to be lying to you. No.
In Iraq.
In Iran. Okay. So Haman built the Babylon Tower in Iran. Okay. And Muhammad,
in Iraq.
I apologize. Iraq. Okay. Iraq.
Yeah, the Assyrian kings, the Assyrian Chaldean people. This is who live there.
Okay. And Muhammad says.
Okay. So focus with me. You can later. The video is there. You can download the video. Take your time, and you take your notes. So listen.
Okay.
So
yeah,
a man who speak of history, and the Muslim trying to make a miracle of history. How is stupid to say that Haman was a minister of the Pharaoh? And by the way, the name is not even Haman. You see the name here. I mean, as usual, we have to. It is Haman, but I mean, we try to make a sound close to the original name. The Muslims, how they can explain that to you? They say there was a person close by name, but this is not that is Haman and Khuman and etc. So it's different, totally different name. And here we notice that the verse saying clearly that the one who built the tower, it was in the time of Moses, and this is wrong. Secondly, what is the tower that the Pharaoh Ramses he built? Any Muslim can tell us?
If I say yes, I'm going to be lying to you. I have no idea.
No, not you. I'm asking the Muslims who they are watching. Any Muslim can tell us how in the world that Haman and the Pharaoh they built a tower at that time? What is tower? What is the tower? What is that tower? So obviously this is the Babylon Tower. And as long we are talking about the Babylon Tower, this is how stupid Muhammad is. Muhammad he claimed that Allah he used that tower to send down his angels Harut and Marut to open Harry Potter school.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm not making things up. Here we go.
No, it's funny. Like I like. At least you have humor. I like that. I like.
Okay, well here we go. This is the verse, chapter 2, verse 102. Allah he sent 2 angels in the Babylon Tower, Harut and Marut, where they came in the Babylon Tower. So Allah he sent them down. Why he sent them down? Because this is the tower would reach to Allah.
That was funny. Like
Yeah, and this is the Quran. That's not a hadith. So the Muslim they will say it's a lie. So those 2 angels, they taught what? They opened a school to teach black magic. Read carefully.
I know the story. Harun Marun, like to test the people. I know that story. Harun Marun, yeah, I know that. I know the story.
Actually, the story is more than this. The story that they came down and Allah he sent to them a woman. Her name is Venus, and she they wanted to sleep with her, and then they told her if we want to sleep with you, if you please.
Jesus.
And then she said to them, I will let you sleep with me only if you do 3 things. And then after they do 3 things, they worship false god, they drank wine, and they killed the person. Then she told them, I want the password to go to heaven. They gave her the password, and then when she fly to go to heaven, Allah he cursed her, and he made her the star Venus or the planet Venus. And all of this is a fiction, as you see. This is all his fictions. Muhammad he come with it. He put it in the Quran. So Harut and Marut, they come at the Babylon Tower, and they open a school to teach magic, and they make disclaimer, we will teach you only as a trial. So you are a person, my friend, telling me about a miracle in the Quran, discovery of Ramses II, but you know the story of Harut and Marut. You know how stupid it is. So how the same stupid guy who opened a school of Harry Potter to teach magic, sending 2 angels, is the same person you are talking about in Ramses?
Babylon to the 2 angels, Harun Marut, but none of those 2 angels taught anyone such things till they had said, we are only for trial. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a bit like deceiving, isn't it? Like, I always thought, like, why would, like, God send two angels to, like, trial people, isn't it? Like, what would you, like, waste people's time? That's one. And is that the Harut Marut? Is that story in the Bible? Is it?
No. Harut and Marut is coming. No. Harut and Marut is a story of two angels who Allah, they said to Allah, when Allah, he said, are you going to send a human being to do mischievement in the earth? We are the one who worship you, and we are the one who please you. So why you want to create a human? And then Allah, he decide. He said, okay, choose the best of you. They choose Harut and Marut, the best of them. And then Allah, he said to them, okay, I will give you the same aspect of Adam, which means you will have a look of a man, you will act as a man. Let us go send you to earth and see if you will do mischievement too, like Adam, if you will do as you claim. So he sent them down, and then a woman, her name is Venus. She came to them. She have nice legs, and they could not resist it. And they want to have sex with her. And the story is very funny, but you notice that the story here does not make sense, because this is when Allah, when he said, I'm going to create someone, the angels, they complain. He did not even create the guy. And then he said to them, okay, choose the best of you. So supposedly he will send them to the ground where nobody lived. This is before Adam creation. So he sent them to the ground, and then we find there's a woman, and there's a child he come, and there's a beggar, and there's people who live there. So is Adam the first man, or he is not? So the story is a fiction story. Muhammad, he learned from the Sabians that God, he destroyed the people, or for a reason.
Sabians. I found your video.
My friend, focus with me. Let's finish one by one. Let us not to jump like monkeys. So, do you agree with the story of Harut and Marut?
I agree that that's a bit silly.
Do you believe this is true? Can be true, or this is stupid?
I don't believe stupid or stupid. Like that's someone's belief. Okay.
No. Why you believe? So what you believe? No, it's stupid. For me, it's stupid. Why you don't dare to say it? Either it's stupid or it's not.
No, I always respect people's belief, regardless.
No, I don't. I don't respect people's belief. This is hypocrisy.
It's fine. That's your point of view.
Okay, if somebody believe in raping your wife, do you respect his belief?
No.
So you don't respect then his belief. The Muslim believe they can rape your wife if you're not a Muslim.
True, like not a slave. Like,
okay, so don't tell me you respect their belief if you don't respect their belief. So respect their belief is a stupid statement. Is not right. Let us go back to zero. Do you respect the story that this is a story coming from God, or this is a stupid story, the story of building a school of Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Yeah, this is what it is. They send two angels to teach magic.
For Gryffindor. Gryffindor won.
My friend, did he send two angels to teach magic? Yes or no?
That's why the Quran says, isn't it?
Okay, so this is a question. Did he send two angels to teach magic? Yes or no?
Based in the Quran, yes.
Okay, so is it Harry Potter or not?
Yeah, man, you're a very clever man. Like, I like you because you have a lot of knowledge. But I'm studying the gospel now. I've been studying.
My friend, don't change topic. Focus with me, please. Focus with me.
I focus with you,
okay.
Mike.
So you are trying to avoid the question. Is this a story? Is this a story, stupid story or not? A guy, he's God. He sent two angels to open a school for Harry Potter. And before you join the school, you sign a disclaimer. Disclaimer. Sign here. This is only a trial, okay? So we teach you. Please don't practice it, okay? So why he teach them? Why he opened a school? So is this a stupid story? Let me repeat the question for the last time. Is this a stupid story for you? Makes sense, or it's a smart story? Doesn't make sense.
Look, my approach is different from yours. Like, when
debate, I don't care for your approach, my friend. I want an answer. Is it a smart story or a stupid story?
That's the difference, like, between you and I. Like, I have a different approach, man. Because when I learn something,
I don't care for your approach. I don't care for your approach. I want an answer for me. Help me. Is this a story? Is a convincing story? As a smart story? Or it's not even fit for kids? So either you say to me it's fit for adult, it's a smart story, or you say it's a stupid story. Why you don't choose one? I'm not forcing you to say one of both of them. Choose one. Either you say
No,
it's good for adult.
no, it's not that, mate. It's not that. You put him between the wall, the sword and the wall. So, like, you know, like I said to you, I have a different approach. I
This
won't
is why you
call
are
things like
calling
that.
me. This is why I'm here. You are calling me for a reason. And you said to me, I want you to prove to me the following, right? So I'm helping you now. So I want a conclusion of my work. I was cooking for you for the
Mate,
last 2
I'm not
hours.
harsh. I'm not harsh. When I learn something, do
I
something.
don't
So
care
when I
if you
learn
are
something,
harsh or not. You are not harsh. I am harsh. So I want an answer. Is this a
you have,
story make sense for you as an adult, as a mature person, or this is not even good for kids?
mate, like I said to you, I need to get the knowledge. So when I speak to a Muslim, I
It's in
can
the
give it
front
to
of you. This is not the question. Who care about a Muslim now? Who care about knowledge now?
because when I learn
It's in the
something,
front of you. You are
mate,
an adult. You are an adult reading the story, let's say, for the first time. And you told me you know the story already. So you do not even need me to tell me the story. So I'm asking you as an adult reading the story in the front of your eyes. Does this story make any sense to you?
mate, I need when I learn things, so I
Take,
can, like, you know,
take
use
care, my
them with.
friend. No, you are wasting my time. You are just wasting my time. Like, do you think I'm spending my time here? I need to learn things. Go watch the video and don't call me. If you don't dare to give me an answer, then you don't dare to be a man. Either you say I am with or against. You can't be both. You can't be both. And you are the one who made fun of Muhammad marrying a child, and you are the one who say many things. So now suddenly you don't want to say? What happened?